What is going on today, fam? Welcome to the Mark D. Henny YouTube channel. Before I jump into what this video is actually going to be about today, please let me quickly introduce myself. I'll try and talk pretty fast so this runs through pretty quick. But my name is Mark, and since I was a little kid, I've struggled a lot with my mental health. Because of that, I was inspired to create this YouTube channel and a podcast as well to basically tell you guys my stories and the perspectives I've gained from them, but also have conversations with other individuals and talk to them about the challenges they've been through and the perspectives they've gained because of those. Because everyone walks a different path, everyone has a different life, and we all share, similar experiences, but we also share different experiences. So I thought it'd be cool to make a collaboration of all of that so you guys can listen to it and gain some new perspectives yourselves. So if you're brand new to this stuff or you've heard it before, no matter what, please consider hitting that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you can be told about when I release these videos, and maybe just go a step further and do yourselves a favor and do me a favor and do your friends and family and loved ones a favor and refer this type of content to them so they can kind of hear this stuff and understand that no matter what struggle they're going through, they are not alone either. Now that intro's done, let's jump into today's video. I'm going to just jump into what it is exactly I wanted to talk about today. And this is something that kind of came to my mind because of somebody that messaged me on Instagram recently. I posted a story basically just saying that, I hope you're feeling good today. I hope you had a good day. And if you didn't, then I want you to message me right now so we can chat. I did that because I don't want anybody to feel alone with what they're dealing with, which I've already talked about before. And someone reached out to me and they were talking to me about some of the struggles that they're going through, and they were just saying that they felt really bad. They had, X, Y, and Z stressors in their lives, and at the end of the day, they were just feeling really guilty about how they were feeling because they knew that they were blessed, but they also knew that they were going through some struggles. And that really sparked kind of an idea in my head for making this content right here. And the reason being is because, nobody should feel guilty for the way that they feel. And I say that because every single emotion or feeling that we get is natural. It is normal. And proof of that is you're feeling it right now. And you're natural and normal as well. And you're natural and normal as well. You're a human. And so you're experiencing human emotions. You're experiencing human feelings. And that's normal. It's okay. It's okay. If every day was meant to be good, then they wouldn't be good. They would just be average all the time. So we have to have some sort of a contrast in our lives. We have to have some sort of a contrast in our feelings as well, because without the good, we wouldn't be able to, see what the bad really feels like. And without the bad, we wouldn't be able to appreciate what the good really feels like. So no matter how you're feeling, unless you're just feeling guilty about something, which I'll get to kind of at the end of this, then there's no reason to feel guilty. If you feel depressed, if you feel anxious, if you feel overworked, like I was talking about in my last episode, there is no reason to feel guilt. There is no reason to feel like that because, like I said, everything that you feel, everything that you experience is valid. It's real, right? So a couple of different thought processes you can go through, or thought experiments, or whatever you want to call this, just kind of some way that you can process this in your brain. Just think about it for a second. Is there a reason that you feel the way that you feel? Whether it's depressed or anxious or stressed out or, happy or glad or whatever you're feeling, is there a reason you feel that way? Maybe there is. And if there is, then you can learn from that. If you've made a mistake, then maybe you could learn from that experience. If you, did something really, really good and you feel happy for it, you shouldn't feel guilty for that either because you've succeeded, right? Just repeat that process and you'll always be happy, but that's not as easy as it sounds. So just think about, is there a reason for the way that you're feeling? And if there isn't, that's a tough one, because if you're like me, you always want to kind of get down to the root of every single issue. And it can be very, demotivating or frustrating when you can't find out the reason why you feel the way that you feel. And my answer to that is that, as hard as it is to hear, over and over and over again, because this can be quite frustrating. Everything is temporary. So if you feel a certain way and there isn't a reason for feeling like that, then just understand that this too shall pass. This is something that will move on in your life, just like everything else does. You know, time heals all wounds, as they say. And that is something that, you know, it can be kind of frustrating to hear when you feel bad, because it doesn't feel like it will end. But if you think back to all the struggles that you've already been through in your life, those ended, didn't they? And if you look at the contrast of that, if you look back at all of the times that you felt really good in your life, unfortunately those came to an end as well. Because this is true, that all things pass, all things are temporary in life. So just kind of a thought experiment that I was playing around with. And at the end of the day, there's no reason to feel guilty about the way that you're feeling. Now, I said that I would cover this kind of, feeling or emotion at the end of this. So let's jump into it right now. Maybe you're just feeling guilty. And for that, you have to kind of maybe take action in a couple different ways. Maybe you feel guilty because you made a mistake and it impacted somebody else. And so if that's the case, then maybe you want to reach out to them and apologize for that. And you don't have to beg for forgiveness, but just remember that you did your best in terms of apologizing. And if that person accepts your apology and forgives you, then that's perfect. If they don't, you kind of have to start back from square one, like I just said, and understand that you did your best. You made a mistake. You're a human. We're all like that. And nobody is going to walk through this life and not make any mistakes or do any harm to others. It is just kind of a human thing to do. And as long as you kind of did your best, then there's no reason for you to feel guilty. And if you didn't, then maybe you just feel guilty because you didn't do your best. And that could be a reminder of how you're feeling right now in the future, so that you kind of assure yourself that you will do your best in the future. So maybe you didn't really make a mistake that impacted somebody else either, and you just made a mistake that impacted yourself. And for that you feel guilty. For that maybe you feel anger or resentment for yourself, or hatred even. And the best way that, you can kind of combat that feeling is think about all the things that you've done for yourself that make you feel good, or all the things that you could do for yourself that could make you feel good, and do those things. Another way to kind of alleviate that stress is not apologize to somebody, but thank somebody. When you start being more grateful to other people, you start to see some of the good things that you've done. Maybe you're just smiling at someone or making their day better, but at the end of the day, if you feel guilty because you've done something that kind of hurt you, then the best thing that I've found is to make someone else feel better. And once you start feeling that gratitude from them, it's going to re-solidify the gratitude you have in yourself, and it's going to ease some of that pain of feeling guilty. So all in all, if you're feeling guilty for something, then reassess your actions and just take a look at the situation, how you acted there, and try and move on as best you can. That's all I got for today. Thank you so much for joining me on this little rant that I just went on. And that's pretty much it. If you stuck with me this long, then I hope you have a great day, a great week, a great month, a great year for the rest of 2020, and you enjoy your life the best you can. That's all I got for today. Thank you so much, and peace out.